and I want to welcome everybody to our game table. And this is the Heroes Era. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Good. Chris and I just had a pretty good interview. Everybody should check that out. It should be reposting on our Twitch channel. And then I should have like an amalgamation of all the interviews that we did over the past few weeks, and I'll be posting that too and streaming that on different places. So, anybody have any new things happening in the world of D&D that they're excited about or want to talk about? I'm waiting on that.
Seems like a leading question.
Oh, well, I was actually thinking about like Tasha's hideous cauldron.
Oh yeah, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Oh. I am very excited for that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
I think that'll be fun to explore.
Yeah, so. I'm curious as to what they're doing with the new character creation options.
I want to see the new feats that they got.
Hopefully, none of us will have to find out. As far as making characters. We dropped our podcast last week, so we're going to be publishing episodes of this campaign from the time at which we had good enough technology to publish that for people to listen to. So it's a few sessions in, I think maybe 4 or 5, but it's pretty much right at the beginning of the game when things were picking up. So the first episode is the Battle for Hawkins Farm, and it's in 2 parts. We released the first part last week just to see kind of like how long it would take the episode to show up on different platforms, and then the second episode dropped today, and every new episode is going to drop on Mondays. So, and people can find that anywhere that you want to listen to your podcast.
Yep.
So we're kind of excited. I am. These guys.
I found mine on Spotify. They're awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
excited.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
I also want to thank the people who are following us and joining us for the game. It's pretty awesome. Glad that you guys are enjoying this. And we're going to hopefully have some cool things for you guys coming up here as far as a giveaway of some play materials, some art. So some cool things coming up here. But today we're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Last time on the Heroes Era, do you guys want to maybe fill us in on what had happened?
Well,
I was waiting for Silverado to jump in.
I say,
big things happening.
This is your episode, buddy. You go for it.
So basically, we started at the altar and we put the orb in. And who knew that evil water would try to kill us? Because as soon as we put that in, water elementals just started appearing out of the walls, and we got through a good amount of them until Vincent got stuck in a wall because he got grappled, and then I stunned the creature, in which he became like solid water, and he started drowning in a wall, which was horrifying. Then we quickly killed him, brought Vincent out of the wall, ran out, and to see what most people don't see in the world, the manifestation of a god, Therizessa to be precise, taking, was it thunder? It's like a water.
Water, yeah. She was harnessing water from the glacier that was melting.
Yeah. She threw a huge trident right at the Hobgoblin army.
And instantly vaporized people who were at the base of the blast and severely disorganized and possibly traumatized the rest.
But if you're a cleric following Therizessa, it was awesome.
Eric was having a very good time. After which, witnessing a god just absolutely waste some people. It was a good time.
That sums it up right there.
Yeah, powerful moment.
Dunlop was very happy and basically gave each of us a favor, 2 of which were instantly cashed in for information about the Chaos Stones whenever they may. No, wait, am I getting this wrong?
No, you're right.
I was right.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're on it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, I traded my favor. For him to relay any information to us about the stones or.
So I think there might be a bit of confusion because favors may have been granted by Condrazul as well.
All right.
Right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Does that ring true?
I spoke with Condrazul.
Yeah.
Dunlop was most appreciative.
Dunlop was very happy.
At the end of the battle, I don't know that you all had conferred that much with Dunlop. It was more of seeing what the state of the city was, seeing what had happened, what that manifestation of the mother goddess, had wrought upon the land. And then you all had decided, that, with Condrazul, what the plan would be. And I think he was most impressed with your display.
Which was a good thing because
it always is.
I didn't
very
want
nervous about that.
I did
feeling that it was perhaps you had not done the right thing, or
I didn't want him to be angry at me. But he was very happy. He granted us each a favor, in which turn Eric and Vincent asked for information. I kept mine in my back pocket because I didn't know what to use it for. But I'm sure somewhere down the road, some crazy stuff out of nowhere, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I want to do this, and you're going to help me with it. Something
if I recall, Eric had asked for information related to the mother pearls. Vincent had asked for information on the Chaos Stones. Vincent also asked Rollo, his familiar, if he could gather any information regarding these Chaos Stones.
Yeah. The stones or the altars?
Copy.
Afterwards, meeting with Condrazul and getting our favors, we all headed into town for a celebration of sorts. Everybody just kind of scattered and seeked out whoever they wanted to seek out.
Right, and because with your victory, much of the town was melted, so many people were set free. And that's like a whole nother ordeal that's happening in this city as you all are preparing for this impending war.
I remember Eric went to Picard to see if he could make some stuff for him.
That's right.
And then I went down
the giant toes and asked for some belts of giant strength.
Yeah.
I went down to where the bunch of people were set free in search of Kevin and the rest of the Dwarven crew. I talked to Kevin for a bit, gave him a high five, told him he did a good job, watched him kill a thing, and then swiftly ran back to my friends. I believe Vincent joined me on my trek as well.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the dwarves were like helping with the effort to recuperate the town, help all the survivors and lend aid. It did seem like there were those manifestations of the water, perhaps not as strong. Obviously, the manifestations that you all fought were right at the site of the ritual and posed quite a threat to you. And then you witnessed that, Kevin, who's not a very skilled warrior, but quite brave, I would say. You notice that he was able to dispatch one. So, there is lingering magic, but it seems to be that chaotic element of it seems to be diminished, after the time and moment and spot of that ritual.
And did we leave off? We were en route to meet with their champion. Is that right?
Yes, we were very much so discussing the plan of attack, what each of us would be doing, like how far apart we were. It was very much a battle plan at the end of the episode, and then we had to cut it off.
Right.
Which brings us to here.
Right.
I forgot some of the plan already. I didn't know my part. I know what I'm doing.
I know I was going to try to sneak a Bane spell on the guy to help weaken his saves against your stuns and also weaken his attacks.
I was going to try and give you a shield.
Yeah.
Both
and we were gonna
very helpful.
And we were gonna time it sort of so that we.
Oh yeah, we
made it look like it was like a prayer, and then like it was like a blessing of the gods or something like that. So
right.
So I have to do a fake prayer then. I'm gonna have to pull some of my deep knowledge for that.
Well, I think if you just maybe even if you just like are like bowed and Eric, if you're just praying, you're a cleric, you know,
right? Yeah,
praying over him, asking for his blessing, and then in the process of that prayer, you do your incantation and drop the spell.
Exactly what I was thinking too. Yeah.
And Vincent sneaks in there with one too.
And then I just slip in while that's happening, you know, and all focus is on you guys. I can, you know, I'll kind of be hiding in the crowd and just pop my spell out too.
And I go to town on the man and absolutely fight one-on-one.
And
totally
that is
fair
the plan.
Equal fight.
That is the plan that you all had laid out last time, and it sounds like a good plan. And
hopefully it's a good plan.
That was last time, but tonight we are telling a story. We do not yet know how it will go. The players, the dungeon master, the dice, all of these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era.
Here we go. It's all good.
I'm telling you, it needs a punch.
Oh, the silence rang out though, man.
The deafening silence comes upon us all.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah. Production teams finally got their act together. Good. All right.
Not our fault at all.
Oh, goodness. So I want to just take a moment and we'll introduce our characters. First is Eric.
Hey, I'm Jason. I'm playing Eric. He's a fighter cleric, battle master, war pick in his left hand, warhammer in his right hand, and he's got this newfound zeal to seek out and destroy these chaos stones.
And then we have Silverado.
Hi, I'm Bodhi. I'm playing Silverado. Wild card, Wood Elf Monk. Don't know what he's going to do next. Maybe has a plan. Who knows? He likes a bunch of things.
And Vincent.
That's perfectly accurate. Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm playing Vincent, the fallen Azamar warlock / divine soul sorcerer, because I wanted the class with the most words in it. The not so good guy who's starting to try to figure out if maybe he could be a good guy, but still doesn't really think he's a good guy. He's just doing his thing.
He's trying.
Right on.
Thanks.
So that does bring us to this game, and you all have in your mind to go have Silverado challenge the champion of Kai Tank's army.
Absolutely.
As is the plan.
So Silverado, have you figured out what you're going to say when you get up there to issue your challenge?
Yeah, you want me to run it by you real quick?
I mean, you don't have to. If you want to
proofread my...
I do not. I don't want to proofread.
I don't want to proofread my insult?
Do you want me to? Are you
I don't
asking
know.
me to?
I don't know.
No, I was just curious if you had thought of something, because you said last time we talked about it, you weren't sure how you were gonna go in there. So I didn't want us to get there and you'd be like, oh crap.
Well, I know what I'm gonna say. One may say I have it written down.
Does that make you feel confident?
Written in the old memory.
Too many concussions.
I'm trying to say I trust your judgment, but I watched you eat that snow that time coming out of the Chaos Stone.
It was one time.
Feel reluctant to say that I trust your judgment.
My judgment is very sound.
But I trust you.
I trust you, Silverado.
It works 75% of the time, most of the time.
And if 60% of the time it works every time?
Nope, 75% specifically.
And as you all are having your conversation about what to say to challenge the champion, you are traveling along the main road here that has the campsites every mile or so. And if you diverge from this road that took you into town and travel into the valley, then you'll be heading towards the army. And as you go to take the low road here, you see ahead in the trees kind of a vicious-looking goblinoid creature that is larger than your typical goblin. You see a bugbear.
Ah, bugbear.
He seems to be looking through the shrubbery.
Does he look like a beast, or does he have like armor on?
He seems to
Is
be
this like a
armed. He has a large club with spikes protruding from it and studded armor. He seems to be sweeping his weapon about in the brush, looking for things.
Do we think this is the champion?
I don't think this is the champion. No.
No,
No,
all
because
right.
Rollo did some spying and said champion is a big huge guy.
It's like an ogre, I think, isn't it?
How about you
Yeah, kind of ogreous.
ask Rolo if this is the dude, just to be safe.
Right, okay. Yeah.
This bugbear is kind of all by himself, eh? It's like somebody got left behind or got separated during the commotion of basically when the war.
Right. Well, Rollo is not at hand because you remember he is on in kind of gathering some intelligence for Vincent at the moment. But Eric, will you make a perception check, please?
Hey, man.
And I do not have
Rolled it.
Roll20 pulled up right now, so will you please tell me the result whenever you get that?
It is
I will launch in.
23 on my perception.
That's pretty
okay.
good.
Well, while this one is making the most noise and commotion, you do see actually several more bugbears, these large goblinoid hairy figures just kind of hulking behind him, huddled in a circle. They seem to be just kind of gathering themselves as you recall the chaos of Therazessa's blessing, is still being recovered from. It was still pretty recent.
Right. How many did I see there? Sorry.
4 total.
4 total. Have they seen us yet? Did it seem?
No. They might, though,
sorry.
if you don't take any precautions here. The one who's searching through the shrubbery seems to be nearing where you all are located here.
Would I know, me as Silverado, know anything about bugbears? Like, have I seen them before?
You, having been alive for so long, you have a pretty good grasp on, the general knowledge of many creatures. And a bugbear, will fight for a strong goblin army, perhaps. They, if things seem to turn sour for them, perhaps they'll be disloyal. But they're often found fighting side by side with goblins. They're strong creatures, and they relish in combat. However, they are not known for their bravery. So I guess rather than saying they relish in combat, perhaps they relish in, conquest.
I gotcha. Well, should we doctor them?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I was going to almost try and just see if we could scare them and make them piss off.
Now, we speaking to them then? And
Sure.
affirmative yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Sure. Does anybody speak any sort of goblin languages?
Nope.
No.
Me neither. Let's try.
I meld out of the bush I'm hiding in, as I am a wood elf, and just come out in the clear like, "What's up, guys?"
The nice approach. The hulking figure who's been sweeping his mace through the bushes leaps back a moment and lifts his club to his shoulders. Says, "Ho there."
Morning.
You gone far enough.
I'm not here to fight you guys, anything like that. I'm here to let you in. I'm gonna be pretty soon. There's gonna be a deciding fight with.
Yeah, we're gonna crush that city. It's gonna fall.
Yeah,
About to go through us first.
They got a lot of people back, just very recently, which means they have a bigger army. I don't know if the 5 or 6 of you guys would get far. That's not an insult, by the way. It's just pure number game.
That's just math. Yeah.
Yeah. You might want to go and find a former.
What you think we're doing? We know what to do. You don't gotta tell us.
Did you happen to see that large being with a giant trident thrown your way?
Hey guys. He shouts over his shoulder. These guys got something to say to us.
Yeah, sure.
And the group of bugbears began walking to his side. So yeah, we saw it.
Well, she's on our side. Here? Who's on your side?
It's a fair point. We got mad religion, yo. It went down.
Says I got this here mace on my side. And everybody please roll initiative.
Just trying to communicate.
I don't know that Eric seemed a little combative, so
yeah, man.
Totally is.
Eric's God showed up and he's hot.
Yeah. I didn't know that this would come to blows, so let's see what we can do here.
I didn't want it to come to blows.
But yet it has.
Yeah, but then Eric comes out talking about what are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it, huh?
I'm fired up, man.
He saw his God take out 40 people.
Yeah.
I rolled
that changes a guy.
I got 16.
And I'm in at 15. Which means I rolled 15, which is pretty good.
I hope I'm first.
Any chance you have a battle map for this one?
Apologize, I do not.
No, because he didn't think you were going to come picking fights.
Mm-hmm. Well, this would come to blows, my friend.
That's the nature of the game.
It's in my class name.
I'm happy to have this fight, though.
That's true. Sometimes I forget that you're a fighter cleric.
He's a holy man, but he will punch you very hard.
My hammer.
With a hammer.
Silverado's standing there speaking with this bugbear who's taking up the role of speaker for his small gang here. He can't help but keep overhearing what Eric has to say from behind Silverado's shoulder, and he just picks up his mace, and you see his eyebrows just level, and you can tell that he's intent on fighting. But acting first will be Vincent.
Vincent,
I rolled an 11.
Yeah.
Oh,
Silverado.
Sorry, I have Silverado and Vincent swap. Silverado, my friend. Go ahead, take it away.
Whoa, guys. Hey, this man is very fired up right now. He's very aggressive. I understand that. We're just trying to help you guys out here. I'm gonna do a huge thing with the army, and I want to make sure you guys are on the side that comes out okay. And do you know a man named Congerzul? He's a beastmaster. He has a bunch of wargs with him. You might have heard the wolves running through the forest.
Silverado, will you please make a persuasion check?
All right. Just in case we've forgotten my persuasion skills, it's a -1. It's a 14. That's not bad. That's okay.
We know Congerzul, yeah. He seems to stop to at least consider what you're saying, noticing that he doesn't have any of his, army at his side, so your words have some gravity.
We are helping him right now currently do a thing, and he's saying as how he won't get an army kill. We're trying to get as many people on his side as possible, which the plan will work and that will happen. If you want to do conquest and all that fun stuff, I suggest you hop to his team.
He seems to be entertaining what you've said, and then we'll go to Eric then.
I look to Eric.
He's basically lifted his mace here, ready to swing, and then kind of tilting his head to the side as he heeds Silverado's words.
I don't want no fight before.
I've got my hammer and my pick in my hands, and I'll just say, you better listen to the elf man.
Hey, I'm a person.
Will you roll an intimidation check?
Absolutely. Hey, it's not bad.
I'm a man too.
Oh, 10. Damn. Completely average.
I don't want to fight before a big fight.
Vincent, you're up.
I'm going to use my turn to step up in front of Eric and just put my hand on his chest and just be like, dude,
right.
Okay, just let's. This is not necessary. This
Breathe
is not
in,
helping.
breathe out.
Why don't you take a minute?
You're a cleric,
Good.
not a barbarian.
Good. Turn back around. Just say, listen.
And Vincent, I'm sorry, but so before you speak, just so you have an understanding of the situation, you feel that you'll be at disadvantage if you try to take further diplomatic measures, but please feel free to try.
No, I'm just gonna turn around and say we are only here on a mission of honor, and we're looking to speak with the boss, and we can either do that or listen, I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna end well for you guys if you go the other way.
Guys, come on.
I'm just being honest. But we're not here for that. We're here for in an honorable fashion to speak with who's in charge. That's
Will
it.
you roll a persuasion check, please? At disadvantage.
Sure. It's fine. I'm persuasive as hell.
I hope.
Oh, unless I roll a 1.
The one now is standing in front of their group. So imagine that he is, Silverado has been your speaker with the two of you flanking him, standing behind him. He has been their speaker with the three of them standing just behind him. So he actually shoves past Silverado to attack Eric, raising his mace against him.
Well, that was fighting words.
How come?
Now we gotta kill him.
How come the charisma is the most diplomatic?
What's your charisma? Oh, my charisma is 12.
Guys, come on.
And so he tries to shove past Silverado and swings this kind of morning star mace at you.
Right. For it. Ooh, that's a miss. AC 18.
Okay.
Well, I gave him a free swing.
The other three move to follow his lead, raising their weapons, surrounding Silverado. So
You're gonna get me killed, man.
We'll have Silverado is kind of surrounded at this point with the two of you behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have 3 attacks on Silverado from his friends. 2 of them have picked up their javelins, and another has their mace. Silverado, 1 javelin comes stabbing in at you as this group of bugbears approaches. Will 19 hit your AC?
That will hit, yeah.
Okay, another javelin comes in.
Mm-hmm. Not much I can do against this. 10 won't.
10 misses. Despite the tight confines, you're able to avoid this second javelin.
I'm a rarely man.
The third of his friends comes up and swings the morning star overhand at you. Will a 13 hit?
No, it will not.
So we'll roll damage for the 1 javelin that did hit.
Yes.
We'll take 13 damage.
Mm-hmm. Are these guys bigger than me in any way.
They're big guys, but they're for mechanics' sakes, they're medium.
Okay.
And they seem to be working as kind of a well-oiled unit here. They seem to know each other and how each other fight, so they're fighting pretty effectively here. And that does bring us back to you, Silverado.
Guys, come on. Let me look through what I got. If they want to throw down, I'll throw down. I'll do it. Let's see.
Yeah, all four of them are surrounding you here. The one, shoving past you to get at Eric.
I will start smacking. I'll hit the guy that hit me with my fist. A 20.
20 hits.
It's 9 bludgeoning damage. Then I'll hit him again. I'd crit.
Ooh, crit.
Nice.
That's 9 damage. Then I'll use my bonus action to hit a 22
Hit.
for 6 bludgeoning damage. I'll use a key point to do flurry of blows.
So you've done 24 damage so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's still standing, but he's looking badly hurt here from your onslaught of blows.
I'll use my stunning strike or not stunning strike. I'll use my flurry of blows to hit one more time. An 18.
Hits. This is the knockout punch.
5 damage. I rolled a 1, by the way.
Hey, he still goes down.
With that, I'm going to take my free disengage and run my 50 feet movement all the way back, probably where Vincent's at, or past him.
He's in between. He's right beside us. He came up and
I was
trying to chill us out.
I'm getting 50 feet away from them so they can't catch up to me without wasting an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. As Silverado knocks out their leader. I'm sorry, was this the leader that was shoving past to get at Eric?
No, this is the guy that hit me.
The guy that hit you with his javelin. Mm-hmm. So Silverado just knocks out one of these lackeys here, and his 3 friends just look at each other uncertainly, and they seem to not really have the heart to fight as much as they had. So, they're still armed and in position to engage, but they seem to really be second-guessing their situation here.
I'm willing to let you get your dead or unconscious friend and get out of here.
You dart back and you just shout that at them.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
And I'm sorry, so Eric, you're up.
Nice. Well, I'm going to look at the guy that took a swing at me, and I clang the ends of my 2 weapons together and just look at him and say, well, I gave you a free shot, and now it's my turn. And I'm going to go in at him full bore. I'll come in at his right knee with my warhammer, see if I can get a good hit on him. 21 to hit.
Hits.
Boom. For 7 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna with that blow, I'm trying to trip him. He'll take an additional 8 damage, so 15 total, and he needs to make a strength save DC. Shoot, what is my DC save? Shoot, sorry, it is 16.
And this is strength we're looking for?
Wait, it's 8 plus, 15, DC 15.
Ooh, that's a
natural 1. That's not going to do it.
Okay, so he falls prone.
Okay.
And I'll come in at him at advantage with my second attack. Uh, 19 to hit.
Hits.
For 7 more bludgeoning damage.
Eric Savage.
And then my follow through with my left hand with my nice new shiny war pick.
You absolute buffoons.
I'll try and drive this right into his kneecap. For 19.
Hits.
6 piercing damage.
He falls, screams in agony, and then passes out from the pain.
That I'll just pivot and look at the other guys and say, "Are we done?"
They appear done, but Vincent, it is your turn as they are kind of taken aback at the ferocity that's been unleashed upon them.
Okay.
You see the spirit of fight has left their eyes.
Yeah. What's the radius on Fireball again? No. No, I'm going to turn and look at them, and I'm going to fire an Eldritch Blast, 2 shots. But I would like to, if I can, intentionally miss, and I just want to shoot the ground at their feet.
Okay.
And then just look at them and be like, I told you. We're here on a mission of honor. This will end poorly for you if you keep this up.
The two who are left look at each other. Let's get the hell out of here.
Wait, take your guys with you at least.
Fuck
Don't
these
abandon
guys.
them. No, bring them.
No, forget them. Pardon my
Okay.
language.
That's all right.
Forget these 2 guys. We'll get them later. Or let the wolves have them. And they leave hurriedly. And they're kind of shouting that over their shoulders as they make haste to get out of your sight.
I go up to one of them that's bleeding, and I take some of their blood out of them because I don't have anything to write. I should really get writing utensils at some point, but at this
Really?
but blood's gonna have to work so far. And I write on the chest of one, "Hey, K-Man, save if alive, eat if dead." And then I'll be like, "Well, that's that."
Did I note to Kingston or to Condrazul?
Condrazul.
Right on.
Either one.
Either one. Yeah, whoever gets there first,
Right
you know.
Are you okay, Silverado?
I'm about a third of my health, and I've used a key point. I got 5 more key points left.
Well, you get your key back on if we just take a little break, right?
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to take a short break here?
Are we on a time limit of anything, or can we just hang out for a bit?
You can take an hour rest if you need it.
Sure, don't take an hour. Don't take a rest. I'll hang out.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do that, then I'm going to. I'll cast Healing Word on you, because I can get that right back if we take a short rest. If I do it at 3rd level.
Sure. Give me what you got.
Yes.
And while this is happening and I'm being healed, doesn't one of us have Spare the Dying as a cantrip?
I do, yeah. Would you like me to keep these guys alive?
Yeah, please do.
Sure.
I didn't want them to get hurt.
I'll honor my friend Silverado, and I'll cast the Spare the Dying on each of these bugbears.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
Yeah. So you get 8 heals from me.
So that's 34.
Yeah. And if you want, I've got another 3rd level spell. I could just heal one of these guys.
Yeah, do it.
Bring them back up. We can maybe have a conversation with them.
Bring the leader back.
Okay. So I'll use my other 3rd level spell to heal the leader.
Ooh.
And he'll heal. Not as good of a roll. He'll heal 4 hit points.
I also used a hit die and I got max.
I believe it's plus your charisma too.
Is it? Oh yeah, I think you're right.
This
thuggish
bugbear comes about. He comes to.
Silverado, give yourself another 4
Oh,
on top of that.
He seems to be shaking off the pain of combat as he comes around.
well, that would have put me to full. So should I just take back that hit die then, or it's I don't really take short rests that long or that often.
As Vincent heals this guy, I'll be standing right there with both my weapons in my hands, just trying to exert my, intimidate this guy, let him know who's in charge now.
I'll kind of be like standing over him with like this, like me blocking out the sun a little bit, so there's just a shadow on him. And be like, "Hey, how you doing? You all right?"
in total contrast to that, I'm going to be down there where I just healed him with my hand on his shoulder, like, you okay, buddy?
Nice.
Right?
Just flip the script.
We're gonna have a conversation.
You've been asleep for 3 years.
Okay. My friend here,
Yo.
the one that just beat the crap out of your buddy, has business with your boss.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
do you
all right.
mind?
Well, you got business with the boss. Go see him.
Was that?
I
I
was hoping you'd be good enough to escort us there, and then maybe we could forget to tell him about what happened on our way in. That'd be real embarrassing for you. I'd hate for him to hear about that.
Oh, also another thing you should know about: your guys just left you for dead.
Yeah, all right.
I tried to
Well,
convince them to stay and help you out, but they just ran.
Yeah, they just dipped.
Yeah,
If-
bet
you'll see-
you guys did. Bet you all did. Well,
Your other
all right.
friend's
Well, I
alive.
see how this is going. Well, I could take you to him.
Sure.
That would be great,
Not
man.
sure
We
to see
appreciate
you.
that.
Thanks, dude. Hey, you want a sip
Oh.
of some wine?
He'll see us. And I stand up and I reach my hand down to help him up.
I go for his other arm as well.
He accepts the help nervously and looks at the wine suspiciously. Does not accept.
I take a sip from it. I'm like, it's safe.
Ugh.
It's Brother John's. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
He
it's
might
good
not be
stuff.
as good natured as you, and still unhappy about his recent defeat. He refuses stubbornly.
All right, understandable.
All right.
Yeah. So, shall we?
Oh, I'm the reason you're alive, by the way. These guys, I like to let people have second chances and all. A little Dunesmere thing I got going on. So, no hard feelings.
He doesn't have much to say on the way, but as you come nearer to where the main company is, you are nearing the clearing that surrounds the crater that was created by Therazessa's blessing. And you see a group of hobgoblin guard approaching the group of you. And this one that you're walking with is leading you in that direction. And as the other group of hobgoblins approaches, he just raises his arms as a way to introduce you all and say, "The boss is here. All right, if I get on then."
Yeah, you're good. Thanks, man.
Thank you again.
I give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Great help. Good.
When she threw her trident, did it leave a mark in the ground? Because they're what am I
Is there
trying
a
to say?
scorch mark or like
Yeah,
a crater or
yeah.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, there's a great crater, and the warm rain is beginning to pool therein, perhaps creating something that will become a lake. Small lake.
Oh, new lake! New lake!
And that's kind of near where we are walking right now.
Actually, yeah, you can see it just beyond the clearing where this main host of troops is gathering. Again, this small group of hobgoblin guard seem to be patrolling or looking at the main thoroughfares here, and they approach and say that right there is quite far enough. What are you sneaking around for?
I don't recall. We plainly walked up here.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we were out in the open. Are you...
Well, right there is quite far enough. What are you here for? Looking for work?
We want to invoke the old. Is it the old code? Is that what it was called that we want to do?
Yeah, can you get your boss out here? I need to have a frank discussion.
Yeah, sure, he's got plenty of time for you. He's got so much time. I could just go get him right now.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. He walks back to the clearing where
Do I
there's a
sense
host of
sarcasm in his
troops.
voice?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
Give him a chance.
He walks
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to the host of troops and seems to get into a conversation with some other hobgoblins and points in your direction.
I wave.
And the group of them begin approaching.
Is Kai Tank among them? Anyone look out of the ordinary, or is it just a
These
group
look
of
like
hobgoblins?
soldiers.
Dude, is Kai Tank among one of you guys?
Yeah, I'm Kai Tank. And the other one's like, no, I'm Kai Tank.
I remember that play. It was weird. Right. Well,
Right, well, if you got something to say to Kai Tank, I can take
do.
a message to him.
yeah, all right. I'll get. Yeah, I got a message for him. It goes as this, and I look down at my hand as I look at just smears because I can't remember very well. All right, here's what I want you to say, Kai Tank. You absolute failure of a warlord, sitting behind your warriors and watching them die while you gain glory. You absolute coward. I bet even with the help of a squad of 20 on your side, you would die. I invoke the ancient laws, so summon forth your champion so I may see who the best man is. You absolute buffoon.
Minor illusion, strike of thunder at the end of it.
You can paraphrase that if you want. You don't have to remember all that.
Yeah.
It
was a lot of words, so we understand.
Just include the ancient laws, and I challenge them a bit.
So, Lotto, will you make for me, please, an intimidation check?
Yeah, sure. I'm not good at anything persuasion.
Does he get advantage for the thundercrack?
As Silverado is doing that, I'd like to use the thaumaturgy to make his voice sound like louder and.
Oh,
cool.
My God!
How do you roll a 0? Wow.
Sometimes you're just on fire.
Man, he rolled 1 and 2. Right?
Do I get something special for that? Like, I don't know. How often does that happen?
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rolled a 1, and with my -1, I got a 0. But don't worry, my advantage roll was a 2, -1, which is a 1.
The Hobgoblin spokesman looks up to the sound of thunder and for a second, just taking note of this seemingly random thunder strike, and chuckles and looks to his friend and says, "Hey, Kai Tank, you hear that? You're a failure." And then the guy turns to the guy next to him and relays the message again. And then they all start laughing at what they think is just some hilarious joke.
Okay, how far away are they?
I pull out.
They're within about 15 feet.
I pull out.
How are they all sort of gathered in together?
Absolutely.
I pull out.
Will you listen to a show of force?
What do you have to say, Silverado?
I pull out my giant's eye and my giant's toe, and I say, "I'm not messing around."
A show of force like what? You want me to take that toe?
I
What?
gesture
What
to
are we doing
Vincent.
here?
I
cast fireball right in the middle of them. I'm done.
What are we rolling here for save? Do I roll save?
I believe it's a dex save. Yeah.
Save? All right.
I'm gonna drop a fireball right in the middle.
Okay.
A 0.
You're not gonna be so disrespectful to my boy.
A 0. I don't know how I managed.
It's a DC 15. I rolled a 22 for total damage.
God.
They take half on a save.
Oof.
Fail.
That's a big oof. Oh, one guy lived.
One guy. Maybe. Well, you need someone to tell the story.
That's true. Can it be
Two.
that guy? Two
of them succeeded.
Three
of them just erupt in flame and drop to the ground, burning and perish. And the other two pull up their shields and their long swords, and they begin backing up in formation. There are 3 of them left. And,
go and get your captain.
Go get your warlord, please.
Now.
What kind of check should we have accompany this? Just an intimidation check again from Vincent?
That feels strongly like intimidation.
I I feel like a fireball cast gets advantage on an intimidation check. I don't know.
I think so. You dropped half of them with one fireball, so I think absolutely.
Okay, hang on a second. Intimidation with advantage. Oh, I have a +7 to my intimidation, so that's a 25.
They're backing away very quickly. One trips a little bit in his fear, and they rush away to the clearing and begin spreading the word, looking back at you, pointing towards the tree, and the warriors that are amassing here. There seem to be a few dozen, a couple score in that range of troops here. And the group that is at hand begin to kind of turn in that direction and start walking curiously that way, while one of them continues kind of sprinting into the main group here, where you can see a hobgoblin that is well dressed and well decorated, giving orders to other hobgoblins.
While they're taking their time to get over here, I go over to one of the goblins that died instantly, and I take about here on the arm. I stomp on it to break the bone, and then I take my short sword out and I saw the hand off. And so I'll just have a charred hand with me for when Kaitan gets here. And I'll have it behind my back.
Okay, well, you, as you're doing this, you do see the group of hobgoblins approaching. The one who's chief among them does not seem to be with the group that is approaching. He's still directing what is now a smaller group behind, as a large contingent has kind of taken interest in this almost amusedly.
Are they kind of circling around us? Is that what's going on?
They're approaching your position. They're, in a clearing, and they've kind of halted at the edge of the clearing here, and they're pointing therein. One of the hobgoblins that was not destroyed by Vincent's fireball is there with them, pointing you guys out to this group. I imagine you guys are, within shouting range of each other.
Mm-hmm. Did I get my arm?
So they're approaching us, and then behind that group is the decorated leader that we're assuming is who we're looking for.
It seems to be about a dozen or so that have taken interest in you, and they're walking to the edge of the clearing and have kind of halted on the edge of the clearing.
How far away is the leader?
Let's see. I would put the group that's approaching at about 40 feet away, and then I would put the leader at about 80 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to, when I see him sending out another squad, I'm just going to kind of roll. I don't have time for this. And I'm going to just start walking straight towards the leader, but like straight towards that group that's coming to us. And as soon as I get up to where they are, because I know they're going to try to like stop me or say something or something like that. So as soon as I'm within about 5 feet of them, without breaking a stride, I'm going to misty step behind them and keep walking.
They will you make for me a here? I'm just going to make some perception checks here.
I'm not hiding it. I'm
based on hiding necessarily, but maybe they'll.
I'm blatantly walking right at them.
Yeah, and then you're just like vanish from sight, appear behind them. I kind of want to see where their attention is focused, I guess. Like if they're just kind of like, oh, where did this guy go? In what direction they're looking for you?
Because I'm not trying to hide. It's my way of sidestepping them. I'm not even dealing with them. Basically.
It's like a total flex, just like flexing over these.
Oh, it's an absolute flex.
Yeah.
Well, as you approach and you disappear from sight, they seem to like look nervously about, still looking in the direction from which you've come for a moment, and several seconds pass before they recognize that you're behind them, and they're just that much more startled in their confusion.
And then I'm going to shout towards the leader, and I'm going to say, our champion demands an audience, and you will not ignore him.
And you're shouting that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Okay.
I don't like the way he said that. I'm gonna die.
It was ominous.
You see that most of this group were soldiers that were kind of struggling to put together different parts of ballista and catapults, and then the one that you recognize as their leader, as you hail him in such a manner, he halts the conversation that he is engaged in, obviously having heard you, and slowly turns his head in your direction. And he begins walking towards you as the troops make a formation about him, seemingly called to attention just by his demeanor, and they flank him on either side as they approach you, Vincent.
As he's walking towards me, we have your attention now. I was afraid you didn't hear us. My companion here, our champion, is here to call upon the ancient law. Certainly you, a warrior of honor, would honor such a call and would not ignore us intentionally, certainly.
Of course I will not ignore the ancient call. I'm a man of honor.
Great.
Who is your champion?
Hey, Silverado.
I lift the severed hand.
He's up there with your hand raised.
I'm still standing with Silverado, just kind of backing him up.
Kai Tank raises his arm and ushers his groups of troops aside to let you pass and join your ally Vincent among them.
Cool. I'm walking. Silverado and I walk up side by side.
As soon as they step up, I take like 2 steps back and let him walk up.
When I get to Kai Tank, I throw the charred hand at his feet and I say, I don't want any more people to get hurt. Just your champion. Me and him, whoever he may be, mano a mano. Ancient law. Will you accept? Will you abide by this? Man of honor?
You quote the ancient law, but you do not represent the principality.
Principality?
You have no authority. Who are you?
I am Silverado Theos from the Redwood Force.
Silverado, well met. You seem to have great power, but your power ends in might. Unfortunately, you have no authority.
As a man who has lived long enough, I have recently met a man who I represent. A man who does have authority. A man named Condrazul, the Beastmaster. I am his champion, and I come forth for this challenge. May you bring forth your champion?
Condrazul has no jurisdiction here. I think you are confused about the old laws, friend. Condrazul has no army. Do you see these men? These are my men. A powerful army.
A powerful army.
What happened to the rest of them?
They'll be back soon enough.
What happened to the people at Ground Zero when that figure of God struck them? What happened to those guys?
The gods have clearly shown their distaste for your leadership.
If you want authority, I think that's some pretty good authority.
Well, only Templeton Heroes has jurisdiction here.
What did he say?
Templeton Heroes. Commander Heroes. You know my commander. Dunlop gave him power over the principality here.
I did not know why you did not bring that forth earlier, because I happen to know this person you speak of, and I am very good friends. If you don't recognize Condrazul, then I recognize Humnauda as my sponsor, if you will.
Well, for the old law to take effect, we'll need the seal of Commander Heros. Your friendship with some random dwarf will not cut it.
Fair enough.
Obviously, you are a great power, so I grant you that respect, but I don't think you understand why you are here. Why are you fighting me? Why would you stand against me?
Other than the huge horde of hobgoblins attacking a town which Humnaldo resides. Good. Spirit, honor, battle. The usual suspects.
Well, my friend, if it is meant to be, of course my champion will fight you. If you wish to die by the hand of my champion, no problem. But there will be no stakes unless you have the seal of Commander Heros.
Shall we meet? Shall I go and retrieve this seal? So that we may... Okay. I look to the others.
Seems to have not a lot more to say to you. If you have parting comments for him, that's fine.
I look to the others and I was like, well, just go get a seal.
Yep.
Unless you have anything to say.
No. Let's go get the seal, and hopefully they won't come up with some other red tape excuse to ignore your call for an honorable battle.
She didn't tell me.
It's okay. He just wants to keep his champion alive for another day. You can't blame him for that.
They didn't tell me that I needed a seal. They just said go out there and challenge him. So let's go grab a seal.
Yeah.
I walk off.
I look at you guys. How long do you think it's going to take us to get this seal?
I can run pretty quick.
So, why don't we get him? Why doesn't he meet us over there? And I'll point to the new lake that's being formed. The big scorch mark that was left from the mark
at the spot of his failure. That's a wonderful.
That's a good one. Yeah.
If he's so confident, he shouldn't be afraid to fight on that ground. Let's do it. Meet us there.
You set the challenge, then I set the terms. You know the old law. You come back with the seal. I have a place in mind already, but I'll wait for you here.
I'll go grab that seal.
Try to have a little bit of a warmer welcome when we get here though, because I'd hate to kill any more of your men.
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill more than I have to.
Yeah, we don't want to thin out Condrazul's new army any more than we need to. All right, let's go, guys.
Under Humnaldo's respect.
Yep.
Something seems to be restraining Kai Tank here. Perhaps it is calling upon the ancient law.
Well, guys,
because he's definitely suffering a lot of contempt from you all.
How long of a walk would it be back to Humnaldo?
About 10 miles away.
Okay,
5 miles away. About 5 miles away.
All right. I look at it, it's like I can run there if you want. You can just stay here and save the trip.
Well, I mean, you have to run. You're going to run there, run back, and then fight.
Yeah, I can run quick and be a little winded afterwards.
Well, there might be more of those stray bug, whatever those things were that we had to mop up.
Well, I think Eric and I need to at the very least wander a couple miles out. I don't think they're going to welcome us to hang out.
I have no interest in hanging around with these guys either. No, if you're going to do that, Vincent, I wouldn't mind walking over and having a gander at this this holy ground that was formed.
Oh okay. Yeah, you guys start formulating the prayer plan as we're walking out. The prayer plan, and then
I don't know how much they're going to buy that anymore, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
We might have come a little hot.
Well, you could do the.
No, I mean we can still make. We'll
figure it out. It'll be fine.
We'll slide a hand. I can do it.
So Silverado is going back to town to get the blessing and the
seal.
The seal of Commander Heros, and then Vincent and Eric are checking out this lake caused by Therazessa's magic. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
Let's take a brief break here, guys. We can all,
Okay.
refresh our drinks, and we'll be back shortly. The adventure continues.
Awesome.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Heroes Era. When we left off, Silverado's on his way back to Dunlop's Tavern to seek the blessing of Commander Harrows. So,
starting with me then?
Sure. Silverado, when you approach, let's see. On your way back to Dunlop's Tavern, any troops that you pass at the various campsites are kind of like gathering up their arms, getting ready to go back to the city. And as you return to town, you see that a large contingent of troops are mobilizing. And Commander Templeton Harrows is in the town square. Dunlop, Burma, and Hunalda are standing near him. Burma, Dunlop's bodyguard, serves as his shadow of intimidation. Thragnown stands with Dethida, Kevin, and Picard, and Kingston is there with them, gnawing at a bone. You hear Templeton shouting nonsensical orders. Bless of the chops! Catch the rye, man! Morning lark doesn't sing all day.
I get there, and I very windedly, just do that thing where I bend over and have my hands on my knees, just taking a breather real quick as I just ran 25 minutes straight.
You again.
Hi, it's me. Hey, everybody. Dunlop, can I talk to you real quick in private?
Oh, of course, Silverado. Excuse me, Commander Harrows, please. Oh, yes. And so you pull Dunlop to the side.
Oh, okay. So I know I was being very ominous and very alluding when I was saying that I could help stop this thing from happening. I'm gonna let you in now. So I've been informed by a hobgoblin that there is a way to disrupt the power, essentially, so that High Tank isn't in charge anymore. And so I was supposed to go cite this law, but I need a written seal of approval from person in power or an authority, and you can only take it from your commander guy. So I need your help.
Oh, well, that is quite a plan you've hatched, so you're going to fight for all of us, like you said, but
Yeah,
it's not that simple.
I'm sure it isn't. What's stopping this from happening? Essentially, Dunlop.
Oh, well,
What's going on?
Commander Harrows is in charge of the principality, the damn fool. We'll have to talk to him.
I was hoping I could get you to help me with that. You know, as like a word like I trust this guy, or like he's on the level, something like that. You know, like a recommendation.
Right. Well, time is short. Let's see what we can do. And he walks with you back to Commander Templeton. And Templeton says, "You see how the mother favors me? Dunlop was so concerned about that pack of goblins. Such a trifle. To undermine our campaign against the giants? That Azessa knew to humble him. Did you see her image?"
It's that guy. I forgot it was that guy. Right.
We will march and hunt down the remaining goblins. The mother has shown us the way. And as you are approaching, Dunlop
Eric
says, "Commander Templeton Harrows, Master Silverado has a plan that could prevent any more loss of life."
Yes, very good plan.
Yeah, let's hear it then, Silverado.
Okay. It goes as this. I was going to enact this ancient law of sorts, but I need a seal from someone who has authority, which is you, because you do have authority. And only then will Kaitank, the opposing warlord, recognize me as your champion. And when that happens, I kill his very tough dude, and then leadership crumbles and the army runs away. And then we don't have to deal with them, and people don't die and they don't come back. Because it's like a thing where you set terms, essentially. Like, oh, you lose, I kill your whole family, or oh, I win, all of you run away and never come back. That sort of thing. And they have to do it because
I know the old law, so if we give you that power, then you fail. That is another situation.
Is it, though? You just kill them all anyway.
Well,
I mean, who's there to talk?
Honor, like... Master Silverado. But I do like your plan. None of us here, and he looks about, are brave enough to step to the task. Says, beautiful then. I'll go with you.
I figured you would just give me something like a written
Well, oh no, I won't miss this. Let us go. Sounds magnificent.
Oh, fair enough. I did run 25 minutes straight to get here, so it was short for me. I can run very fast. Yes, I'll match your pace, of course.
We have the horses, so let's mount up and be on our way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
This is a great plan, Silverado. So, you challenge his champion.
I challenge him. I challenge Kaitek. He gives a champion, and then I'm your champion, and then I kill that dude, and then
the ancient law. Yes, beautiful.
Yes. Well, hey, you got the horses. Let's go.
And so you ride back to the military encampment.
I try to direct them to where Eric and Vincent were. Like, we're going to link up with some other people real quick, and then we'll all go together as a group, show of intimidation, force, and all that.
Okay. I picture the group of hobgoblins being on the west side of this newly formed large crater lake, and then I see Eric and Vincent on the east side of it, the side that's nearer to Dunlop's Tavern, so you can easily meet up with them. And also with you are Thragnown and Humnalda and several other dwarves, with Dunlop and Burma, and there's a small contingent of dwarves and human fighters, or warriors I should say, who have begun marching in that direction as well, following you all. But again, you are all mounted on horseback and get there very quickly.
So me and him are going on horseback or with cart or whatever more transportation we're taking. It's just us, or a couple other people are with horses too?
Dunlop and Burma and Thragnown and Humnalda are also with you.
Okay. So I assume he wants to ride the horse. I'll let him ride the horse because I'm not trained to do that. I don't know how to do that. And,
you're not going to ride one of the horses?
I'll get on the back of one of them. I don't feel confident riding a horse.
Come on, Silverado. Up here with me. And that's Humnalda inviting you to share her horses. You're like looking with consternation at these beautiful mounts.
I got on the back of Humnalda's horse, and I whisper in her ear, it's like, okay, so this plan of mine isn't going. I thought I was just going to get a seal from him, and then we're just going to go and kill the dude. But now that he's there, I kind of feel iffy about it. But let's just be a thing between me and you.
Right, let's figure out a way to take this idiot out of the equation. And you all begin riding off. And you will see Eric and Vincent on the near side of this crater lake as you approach.
What's up, fellas? I got a posse.
Oh, you brought your whole fan club.
Yeah, everyone's here.
And of course, all the cool kids have an entourage. What can we say?
And of course, the commander, as he is not one to miss this.
And over the course of your ride here, Templeton has been in conversation with you, but he's also been discussing, with the other dwarves, very carefully, and seems to kind of perhaps have his own idea of what's going on here. But go ahead.
Okay. I go over to Vincent and Eric, and I'm like, all right, guys, come here. I need to talk to you two.
Hello.
All right. I put both of my hands on their shoulders. And I bring them close, like, okay, things are not going according to plan. Somewhat. The commander guy doesn't want to write anything, and he wants to come, and that's how we're gonna get our seal. We all know how he is, and I don't know what he's thinking currently, and that honestly scares me, because this could all go over the top and just be dismantled. If any of you two guys have any idea of how we can get him to write something and not be here, that'd be great. But if he has to be here, I'm also okay with that.
And as you are coming to your allies with concern, you hear Commander Harrow's, "Kai Tank! Kai Tank, you coward! Come and meet us!" And he seems to have an air of bravado about him as he struts out towards the clearing, moving along the side of the lake.
Okay, never mind, guys. Let's go.
Did we sound like that when we did it? We sounded cooler, right?
No, I was way more threatening.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, you were.
Because I actually have killed people, and a lot of people, and big things and monsters.
Fair point. It carries more bravado when you're holding a giant toe when you say it.
Mm-hmm.
As Vincent and I are along this new lake bed, I would like to have emptied out my water skins, and I would fill them both with the water from this new lake that's formed from this, what I would consider new sacred ground, essentially.
Ooh,
okay.
Cool. I empty my water skin, I take some water from that, and I drink it. Anything special happen?
Yes, actually, you feel the blessing of the mother come over you, and you'll gain advantage.
Woo!
Or inspiration, I should say.
Yo, everybody, we got some holy water.
It'll work once.
Yeah, it's DM inspiration, I assume.
It's inspiration directly from the holy power of Therazessa. She seems to, in some way, this energy recognizes your part in what is happening.
I am worthy.
Okay.
Well, Kai Tank, bring your champion. We'll slay him right here.
Good, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I pat him on the back. I'm like, that's good stuff. Just remember, I'm here doing the killing and all that, because you guys got to lead. You got to do all that stuff. And how can you lead your troops into battle with glory and such if you're hurt, if you're out of commission, gotta stay good for the troops, keep up morale and all that. I don't do battle commands or anything like that. I'm not trained in military. I just saying what I know.
You're just here for the fight, then. Beautiful.
I'm here to fight. Yeah.
Yes, well, let's dispatch this champion, get rid of these vermin.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot bigger than I thought.
Do we hear
goblins?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
These are hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
We've told you multiple times. Yes. There's a bigger one coming over the horizon. I'm gonna have to kill.
Well, I suspect we'll be on with it then. And the group of hobgoblins is approaching you all. Kai Tank is among them. He has 6 warriors at each side flanking him, and they're marching in step.
So as they're approaching, I'm going to walk over. First of all, I'll walk over to this temple. At a point where there's still some time before they get to us, I'll walk over to Templeton and I'll extend my arm and I'll introduce myself. Commander Templeton, we haven't formally met. My name is Eric. I'm the House Earlstadter. I'm from outside the city of the Three Kingdoms, and I'm just curious how you think this is going to go down.
Eric, you're from the Three Kingdoms. It's so good to see someone from back home.
Oh, absolutely it is. I'm sorry, Forgive me, I didn't know that you were from home. How are you expecting this to go down?
I'm sure you've heard of me. House Harrows?
I have heard of House Harrows.
Yes. Well, that is me.
Nice.
Yes, Templeton. Have you heard of me? Templeton?
I don't believe I have heard of you particularly, but I haven't been home for some time now, so.
See, okay. Well, interesting.
It's
more songs about Templeton. He writes on a small notepad. Yes, well,
wait,
Eric, what is happening? Yes?
You're Templeton Heroes?
Well, yes. Yes, I am.
Oh. I did not realize we were in the company of such greatness.
Oh.
And then I'm going to turn around and look at Eric and roll my eyes as hard as I can as I walk away.
No need for that, but that is very kind. Eric, what we are doing here, this one is going to fight their champion, the biggest goblin of them all. And, hopefully he'll win. If he doesn't,
I'm not at all concerned about him winning. I'm concerned that you're going to get in the way a little bit.
Oh,
hey,
you're good. You're good with this plan. This is going to happen, right?
I love a good sport, and we got the cleanup crew marching in. So, should there be any problems here?
Okay. Can I size him up? I don't know if there's any sort of check I can make to get a sense of how full of crap he is in terms of his actual skill versus the skill that he's trying to exude.
Oh, I don't need an inside check for that.
Yeah, I don't need to roll anything.
I know.
Yeah, fair enough.
You get a sense that he is very proud and not rightfully so.
Okay.
He's the kind of royalty that's probably been pampered. He probably wins his sword fights because the people he's fighting with are afraid to defeat him for whatever may happen, or
I'm kind of getting. I'm not sure if you guys are Game of Thrones fans, but he's kind of reminding me a little bit of Robin, who's the.
I haven't watched the show, so I don't know.
Okay.
I've watched quite a bit. But.
I'm assuming his armor is completely unblemished and shiny.
Oh, he's like a snot-nosed kid who's basically just
paid his way into the military.
Yes, he is.
Not even. It's just like mummy sent him off to try and learn a few things.
A prince of the Harrows family, probably unrightfully promoted throughout the military ranks, and then here he is on this campaign, somewhat sheltered from what the actual frontier of the campaign is, which is north, fighting the giants. But again, there's this army that has been discounted, discredited, and you all are here to see to that. But again. So he's anxiously anticipating this fight, it seems, so genuinely.
Cool.
I mentally, in my mind, is like, well, I gotta teach Kevin how to fight, and I gotta teach this guy some life skills. I'm just like making a list of people that don't know good things in life that I may be able to impart upon them.
Kai Tank approaches.
I give a two finger salute to him. It's like, I got the commander in the flesh.
I see you are much more powerful than I had given you credit for, but I knew there was something to you.
To me?
To you. Now, for battle we'll meet. Forgive me, one moment. If you guys have anything to ask or say as well, that's fine. As he is laying out where this is going to take place.
I'm just standing, flanking Silverado.
Yep.
I
kind of picture Vincent on one side of Silverado and me on the other side.
I silently offer like a little bit of wine to the commander. It's like, you want some wine? Not all of it, just a little bit.
He just seems like almost an excited fanboy when he takes the wine and has a swig and hands it back to you. And Kai Tank says, Saginta's auditorium. We'll meet in Saginta's auditorium. Do you know the place? And you have heard of Saginta, who is a powerful white dragon, but the place, the auditorium, is not known to you. However, when Kai Tank points up onto the mountain, you see a formation of rocks that appears as like a distant auditorium or, like the side of a coliseum of sorts.
We gotta go all the way up there.
And indeed, the auditorium is going to be a long climb up rocky path and stairways, to get to this holy site.
Well, it's another journey. I get out my hiking boots.
We'll meet at dusk to fulfill the ancient law.
Aye.
And so at this point, it would make sense to either, head there or make your final preparations for this battle, as Kai Tank has chosen the spot as you were the challengers.
That is fair to me. I don't have any business else.
Are there
right
any
now.
any other conditions of the fight that we should know?
The fight is a fight to the death, and whoever is defeated, their army will, forfeit.
Leave.
Vacate the land?
Yes. To the victor go the spoils. So as you climb up the barren rocky side, the rocky mountainside, you approach Sagantha's auditorium, and it's on the side of a barren mountain carved from the stone of the mountain itself. From here, you can see the crater in the center of the valley, and again, it has begun to pool with water. And even in the distance, you can see Dunlop's Tavern, and much of the ice beyond the plateau has now melted. That hillside disappears from sight beyond the tavern as it descends, but you still see what is being called the Wall of Anam standing there like a great and terrible dam bridging one mountain range to the next. And you also see the purpose for this specific location, because from here you have a beautiful and clear view of the Golden Dragon Shogryphles as she is leaving the northern skies at dusk here.
Oh.
And on your climb up, so too the hobgoblins have climbed, and you have needed to leave the horses behind because of the steep path. But as evening approached, many of the dwarves in the company that were assembling and marching after you also began to arrive, and this auditorium actually begins to fill with hobgoblins and dwarves alike. Hobgoblins, up closer and to the left side, and then dwarves populating this coliseum of sorts all the way to the rear. And the seating is built into the hillside. It's designed for a choir to sing to the Golden Dragon in welcoming or farewell. Again, the Golden Dragon is the light of Gira. And several dozen travelers are here at dusk. They're singing within the stadium seating of this auditorium. They're thanking the Golden Dragon for the day of light and for driving back the giant armies. And so the time to declare a champion has come. The rain is warm, and hobgoblins begin to beat their war drums.
I go over to Eric, and I say, Eric, how long does your shield thing last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Could you put that on me now? And then when Vincent goes to do his thing, you can use Thaumaturgy so that it masks it, or it makes sense.
Yeah.
For his bane. Okay.
Yeah. So I will put my hand on my friend Silverado and begin to pray to the Mother. I feel like this is a really good place to be doing that with the backdrop that we have on us. And in doing so, I envelop him with a shield of faith.
Okay.
Got that 20 AC.
Kai Tank approaches. He is in full war garb, but it seems of a decorative nature even. And he has war paint on his face. He has 2 ceremonial spears. And part of this ceremony will involve the fighters having their blood drawn from the opposition's spear. So Silverado, Kai Tank would look at you knowingly, because you have definitely been filled in on the ancient law by now. And so essentially you will be putting your blood on the enemy's weapon, and when it is reunited with your blood, that is when this ritual or this competition will be completed. So at this, Kai Tank looks at you, but his champion is not yet present. And you hear the war drums of the hobgoblins intensify, and the warm rain is falling on you. And the hobgoblins part from the back of the Colosseum on the back left. And you see approaching was just a large hulking figure, and he has a horn protruding from his head. It just looks like a giant mutation of a hobgoblin. And the way that this temple is structured, the seating of the Colosseum looks like if you have an arrow knocked into a bow, and the bow is the seating of the people, and the arrow projects out over the lands, and the head of the arrow is a platform upon which a priest or priestess of Shogur, not a priest, we don't have priests in the game, but a cleric of Shogur Fleece would give their sermon or grant their blessing from that place. So this platform where the battle is going to take place is also kind of high off the ground, over an elevated walkway, and it is shaped like the shaft of an arrow. And we'll have to use theater of the mind for this situation. But the monster who is their champion approaches, and Kai Tank looks at you. Do you wish to forfeit?
No. I take off my suit jacket and I toss it towards the dwarven crowd. I take off my undershirt and I toss it in the same direction. You can see all the scars and burns that I've accumulated over my life. All the stab wounds, arrows, scorch marks, whatever it may be. Just riddling my chest like a white canvas.
And where you toss your garments, Kevin and Deathita are there to grab them and cheer wildly. They begin shaking the dwarves around them and riling up the company here that is gathered to watch this fight take place.
Yeah, I'll start joining in with that too, just like screaming and chanting and helping to like pump up the crowd.
Rile them up. Totally. Yeah, I'll start lightly banging my hammer and my war pick together, making that clanging, my ringing sound.
And you see
minor illusion, some extra shouts to thick out the crowd.
As part of this, and forgive me for releasing the details piecemeal here. I meant to cover some of this, a little earlier, but so each side may also have a cleric present for a final blessing to make sure that the passing rites are properly fulfilled. They can be present to prevent the decimation of the body, or to just make sure that things are kept civil to whatever extent they can be when two sides are fighting. So, Silverado, who is your cleric, the cleric who's in your corner, so to speak?
This is a person who's buffing me or making sure I don't die?
They're at hand so that when you die, the opposing champion will not destroy your body, so that you can be granted passage to the afterlife.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Kind of like a peacemaker, just to make sure
they get a burial.
Yeah, like another point of power engaged within this struggle. Like a check and balance sort of thing.
I nod towards Eric.
Cool.
I'll step
forward as that comes up.
They have a shaman who is singing and also shaking a rain stick, turning it over from time to time, seeming to try to draw magical energies for their champion. And so this champion of Kai Tank comes marching across this stone path, and he approaches you, Silverado. He hulks over you at nearly 10 feet tall. Perhaps he was a hobgoblin once, and that is what they're calling him, but he's definitely something else now. He grips the spearhead of the javelin that you hold tightly, and blood begins to seep out of his hand, and then he releases it and picks up his own javelin. Have you added blood to his javelin? I'm not trying to get like super gruesome. Just
no, I grip it, staring him in the eye. I give him a smile and a nod.
Okay. Then the battle will commence as Kai Tank steps out of the fighting area and walks back down the path a bit to stand next to Eric the cleric and the shaman of the hobgoblin tribe here. And please roll initiative for me, Silverado. Everybody can roll initiative too.
Am I within 30 feet of the battle? Or can
Yes.
I be within 30 feet of the battle? Okay.
You can, and to do that, you'll need to be kind of near the front.
It's a good start, Silverado.
Yeah,
Near the front of where the dwarves are gathered. So you'd probably be up there with Kevin and Deathada in that group.
Okay.
I'm at field level with Silverado.
Right. You're on the stone path that leads out to the platform where they'll be doing battle.
Cool.
So at this,
I'm at a 7, and I'm kind of focusing on the spell that I've cast on him.
very good. Okay.
I like if I'm able to, just because it only lasts for a minute, so just before the battle begins, I want to try to sort of stealthily cast Bane on the champion.
Okay. This would be the time to do that as you see Kai Tank leaving the fighting platform to stand next to the clerics, and the two fighters seem to take up their javelins. So go ahead and cast that. And
Okay. Now it is a somatic spell, so I don't know if you need me to do anything to sort of.
if you want to try to disguise that you're doing that, then make a stealth check, please.
Okay. Can I do sleight of hand?
Yeah, sure. That
Okay.
makes sense.
I'm proficient in that, so I got a little extra.
No,
Okay.
I like that. That definitely makes sense.
Okay. So that's I still had advantage. That's a 13. I'm gonna be safe, and I'm gonna use I always forget I have this. I'm gonna use my favored by the gods ability for my divine soul sorcerer, so I get to add 2d4 to that.
Right on. Let's see it.
So that'll be a 19 total. 13 and a 6.
Okay, and describe for me what Bane does.
Bane, I'll pull it up and give you the full. Basically, what it does is he's going to have to roll a d4 with any attack rolls. Let's see. Oh wait, no, he has to make a charisma saving throw. If he fails, then he rolls a d4 and subtracts it from any attack roll or saving throw.
11.
Fail. It's a 15.
Boom.
So anytime he makes an attack roll or saving throw, you have to roll a d4 and subtract that from his roll.
Whoa. And so I'm sorry, clarify for me again. That's on an attack roll or
Saving throw.
attack or save.
Yeah, here I'll put it
Cool.
down there.
It's like the exact opposite of a bless spell.
Right, got you. Okay. That's pretty strong. So you're able to do that just before combat ensues here, but now the time has come, and we'll go into initiative order here. And Silverado, you're up. You're able to act very quickly. This champion is above you, snarling. It's got one large horn protruding from its forehead, and as it snarls at you, says, "Come at me, bro."
It's gonna be like that, huh?
And you're able to act very swiftly as he's trying to intimidate you. So for the sake of positioning on this, you're on about a 20 foot by 20 foot platform, essentially,
Okay.
just face to face with this guy, with one bridge leading off, and either side is a sheer drop to snow and rocks. So,
Okay. So, do I have to, in accordance with the old laws, do I have to finish him off with the spear that I had blood with, or do I just have to kill him?
you don't have to finish him with it, but that spear needs to touch his blood to end the fight, and he needs to be slain.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah, you could use that's kind of a loophole, I guess. You don't need to use it for the fight exactly.
All right. So, as he said, "Come at me, bro," I'm gonna do exactly that, and I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna get a running start and drop kick him in his chest. A 23
Hits.
for 9 bludgeoning damage, and I'm gonna do a stunning strike. Which is a wisdom save.
Minus 1d4. This is going to be awesome. As this is going on, Eric's just like pacing back and forth, not taking his eyes off Silverado.
Minus a d4.
Oh,
wait.
Okay, so 17 was my high roll, minus 1d4.
I don't think that would have mattered, though, because my wisdom save is 15.
It might. This could do it, man. Let's see. Minus 4. Oh, so it goes down to 13.
All right. You tried. And I appreciate it.
Your key energy disrupts the flow of his energy, and he becomes stagnant, caught in a stasis here.
I winded him with my drop kick. So, coming up from the ground, I do a kind of breakdancer move where they like kind of roll on their back and they use their legs to get back up. And with that, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do a little spin kick to his to the left side of his ribs, I guess it would be. So I'm gonna do that. A 25.
25 will hit.
That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go for the place I just kicked and do a what's it called? A haymaker, right in the spot. 2 26s for 10 bludgeoning damage. And I'm gonna use stunning, or not stunning strike. I'm gonna use fury, or I'm forgetting all of my ability names. I'm just gonna use my key ability that lets me attack one more time.
Flurry of blows, perhaps?
Yes, thank you. Which is a 20 to
That'll
hit.
hit.
That's 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And in case nothing else happens or he does something special on his turn, which I don't know.
Will that be the end of your turn?
That's my turn, yeah.
Okay, then Vincent and Eric, you can act.
If you want to.
Do you have anything that you would like to do?
I'll spend my turn like as he's landing all these hits, just and, like getting everybody riled up.
As he's doing this, I'm just gonna shout out. I'll just shout out, and I'll use a thaumaturgy to amplify the sound of my voice. The mother shines on you, Silverado.
It's not looking good for this guy so far. So he's stunned until the end of your next turn. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Silverado, you're up.
All right. Just got done with my barrage. I'm going to go and should I do this time? He's 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like he's a big man.
It's a big man.
He's a big man.
You love tall guys, right, Silverado?
Oh yeah, I love him. I do. Yeah. I'll go kind of like in between his legs on the back end. I'm gonna try and elbow the back of his knee.
Nice.
Let's see if I hit 19
Hits.
for 8 bludgeoning damage. Then after hitting his back knee, I'm gonna do a little spin and punch him in the back of his hip 26
Hits.
for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go again at his. I'm gonna grab his wrists on his left hand, and I'm gonna try and break his elbow in the other way, so it's inverted. 20.
Hits.
10 bludgeoning damage, and I'm gonna do a stunning strike on that one. It's a wisdom save 14.
As you attempt to harness your ki power, you see or you feel the energy of this beast return to it somehow, and your stunning strike is ineffective.
Interesting. With that, I'm going to I already used my bonus action, so I can't really do anything yet. That'll be my turn. The man is back up.
Vincent and Eric, you can act now as you see Silverado unleashing this flurry of blows upon the champion. Do you have anything that you want to add to the situation here?
Nope. I'm just gonna keep
It'd be
watching.
bad form to interject, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll do the same thing again. I just cheering, but I'll use the thaumaturgy to amplify the sound of my voice. Cheering for my buddy Silverado.
Yeah, I'm just keeping the crowd going.
This creature whose saliva had been frozen on its cheek again begins drooling and takes the javelin and tries to stab you with it. Will
Nope.
16 hit your AC?
No, I will not.
Again, he spins this javelin around his head, using the sharp end of it to try to strike at your lower torso.
Nope.
16 will not hit. Now, as the spear comes around his head again, as a spinning blade, he suddenly grabs the shaft of the spear and lunges towards you with the third strike.
No.
An 8 will not do it.
No, it won't.
So you've dodged all 3 of the attacks of this champion, and then Silverado, it's your turn.
Can I make an? Is there any check I can do to see if I can't stun him if he's already stunned, or if it's just, or like say if I try to stun him now, if it will work, or if he just can't be stunned for the rest of the fight.
I think that Silverado would have a hard time knowing, because at first your key powers seem to have the desired effect upon it, but something happened where his energy was able to reverse that, at least for the moment.
Okay. I will, dodging him 3 times as he's lunging towards me. I grab the stick and I pull it towards me and I go for the gut right under the rib cage. An 11.
11 misses.
Okay. Seeing as how the gut punch didn't work, I'd like to put my right hand after whiffing it and kind of grab it so I can move around to his back and kind of jump up and maybe attempt to beat the side of his head.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm that tall. A 13.
Miss.
Seeing as how that didn't work, I will go and use. Let's see here. What do I got? I'll go use a key point to do patient defense. And so I'll take a dodge action. So he has disadvantage on all attacks against me.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. He's going to come in with his javelin for the first attack. A 12 will miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then He pulls up his shield and attempts to shove you with his shield.
At disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage. Okay. 27. Nat 20. Okay.
So it's not a crit.
No,
no need to roll for the Bane. Those are going to hit either way, probably.
Yeah.
It's not a crit, but it'll still hit me.
I felt good about that. No, not as much so, but. So with his shield bash, please make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. DC 15.
Okay. Make sure I'm not on advantage or anything like that.
You also take 6 damage from the shield bash.
I got 13.
Okay, you're knocked prone to the ground. This huge hulking monstrosity standing over you. And go ahead, Silverado.
Okay, I'll use 5 of my movement to stand up and go behind him as I am and try to punch him in the thigh. A 23
hits.
Okay, 5 bludgeoning damage. I'm gonna use stunning strike, and hopefully it works.
This is a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes.
19.
Yeah, he's gonna pass it no matter what. So
what's your DC?
14.
14.
Even with the Bane, he can't do it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. With that, I'm gonna do my second attack, a 17.
17 hits.
All right, for 9 bludgeoning, and I'm gonna try again. Another stunning strike.
All right, got my save coming here.
Is that your last key point, Silverado?
It is.
And the champion again freezes, seeming to be just frozen in place by your key energy.
As he does that, I take a quick breath in and then 1-inch punch one of his shoulder blades. Or I keep forgetting this man's 20 feet tall or whatever.
A 1-inch punch to the solar plexus is pretty powerful too.
All right, I'll do that then. I got
is that
20.
on your same turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that will be my end of the turn. I did 10 bludgeoning with a hit of 20.
Okay, well, your magics or your key energy still seems to be taking effect on this thing, and he's frozen in place still. So go ahead and take another turn.
Okay.
Sorry, just before in between, can I want to keep an eye on the other the shaman. I'm worried that he's doing some funny business to mess with the
like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Will you make an Arcana check?
Totally will. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. Arcana 7.
There you go.
He seems to be chanting something of ancient power, but you can't quite put your finger on what energy he may or may not be conveying. So,
how far from me is he?
He is in the front row of the Hobgoblin observers. So he's probably about 15, 20 feet behind you.
15, 20 feet behind me. I want to go sit with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving towards. Probably take me to get there, but I'm gonna try and go and sit with him.
Okay. He looks over at you a bit nervously as you approach. And as you do approach, you can tell that something that he's chanting is lending this thing some kind of power or boon, perhaps. And Silverado, you now have your other turn.
Okay. This man is stunned, so I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to go for a knee punch. A 20.
20 hits.
For 8 damage. Then I'm going to go for what we call in the industry a knee breaker and go for the same knee again. 22.
Hits.
For 9. And then I'm going to do the same knee again. Just 3 punches to the same knee. Because that's all I know how to do. At 26.
Hits. You're crushing it on these rolls. This is out of hand here.
Another 10 damage.
All right.
Chris.
The champion falls to his knees and splays backwards, his shield dropping to the ground. He's been defeated by Silverado.
I take my spear.
Yes.
Hearing the cheers of the dwarven people, I go up to the body of the dead man.
As I see this happen, I yell out with using thaumaturgy to make my voice amplified. Finish him!
I walk over and I press my boot on this man's neck, and as if I'm going for the head, I swap it and go straight for the heart, and I place it down in his chest, maybe not breaking the rib cage. So I go and I slam the top of the spear to break the rib cage, and I pull out the spear with the heart on it, and I raise it up to the sky in the middle of the rain.
And the storm intensifies momentarily as thunder sounds and lightning strikes the spear that you hold.
I am undying. I am killable, but not defeatable.
Not on this day. Indeed, you are victorious. And the dwarves seem to be celebrating. The hobgoblins are dismayed and hanging their heads. And I think that is a good place to end the adventure for this evening. And we will pick it up again next time at the conclusion of this battle. Just to...
Awesome.
GG's, everybody. And the adventure will
Nice.
continue.